Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. No holding back the Australian dollar on Wednesday following the bullish ambush that we witnessed on Tuesday at 69.90. And from that rebound, as we can see here, the market is extended on and claiming its objective, which was around 70 to 71.15. The last resistance I was viewing was at 71.60, which has been respected after hitting an intraday high of 71.57. I'm a little bit cautious because I am seeing, that is, some divergence from the RSI and also from the MACD, which tells me that the bears are lurking and therefore could see a rejection from this top side and look back towards anywhere around 71.25 to 70.5 and reassess. Looking at the euro, the market crushes the level of 109.3065 area, and from that has rallied as the dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, plummeted to 100.80 after the much anticipated US Federal Reserve interest rate decision. As widely expected, the US Fed's rate setting Federal Open Market Committee boosted the federal funds for the 8th time by a quarter percentage point or 25 basis points as a part of its campaign to fight against inflation. This now moves interest rates to a target range of 4.5% to 4.75%, the highest since October 2007. Following the conclusion of the US Federal Reserve, Chairman Fed Powell spoke to the press and pushed back on rising hopes that the central bank may be able to undo some of its interest rate rises from this year. After Powell said, given our outlook, I don't see us cutting rates this year. If our outlook comes true, adding if we do see inflation coming down much more quickly, that will play into our policy setting, of course. So looking at the technicals, as I say, now the market is taking out the top side of 109.4560 area. We could see a short squeeze up to 111. I'm getting a little bit of cautious towards this top side because we haven't seen any follow through from the break of 101 for the dollar index, and from the break of 109.4560 could be just seen as a squeeze before we turn around and look back towards the bottom side of range, anywhere towards 109 figure 25. We've still got the ECB rate decision with 50 basis point rate hike expected. The dollar yen, well, the market is somewhat heavy for the third consecutive day, and with the dollar being somewhat negative, the market is now pressuring the level seen at 128.30. A New York close under there would give further exposure to the key level of 126.75 and reassess. Sterling, well, it was one of the worst performers considering how some of the markets rallied overnight against the weaker dollar. Nevertheless, it's Super Thursday and all eyes on the Bank of England when the Governor of the Bank of England, Andrew Bailey, looks to set announcement a 10th consecutive interest rate hike of 50 basis points. That would take the interest rate to 3.5% to 4%, its highest level since the financial crisis of 2008. There will be much volatility, so no doubt keep an eye on certain key levels and just don't get caught inside the whiplash or the whipsaw, should I say, price action that may emerge from 122.90 to the top side around 124.45.65. Having rebounded off that key level of 1,900, gold has rallied all the way to the topside core of 1,950 and now puts me in a neutral position due to the fact is I'm a little bit uncertain at these levels. Technicals are a little bit bearish to the divergence, that is, and therefore could see with the MACD negative that we might see a turnaround. So I'd rather sit out and wait for better opportunities just in case we do see the market reject this topside. And wrapping up with oil, well, the market nearly claimed its downside target after posting an intraday low of 76.18, and with the base holding around 75.70.90. From the bounce, I still feel there is a little bit more down test, and therefore could see that level around 75.70.90 challenged, but again may get a bullish response. Well, that wraps it for the day. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.